Hello, we would be discussing decentralization, plus 2 business studies, chapter number 5, organizing. What is the meaning of decentralization? Decentralization refers to systematic delegation of authority through all the levels of management and in all the departments except that which can be exercised only at central points. So decentralization explains the manner in which decision-making responsibilities are divided from top to bottom. Decision-making authority is pushed down the chain of command. That is, it is shared with lower levels and is placed nearest to the points of action. An organization can be regarded as greatly decentralized if the decisions taken by the lower level are large as well as important. If authority to take decisions is retained at the top level, then organization is said to be decentralized. If decision-making authority is widely distributed, then the organization is said to be decentralized. Centralization of authority refers to the concentration of the decision-making power at the top level of management. In a centralized organization, managers at lower level have limited role in decision making. So every organization is centralized as well as decentralized. Once again the statement, every organization is centralized as well as decentralized. Centralization and decentralization are relative terms. That is, complete decentralization or decentralization is not possible. So decentralization and centralization must always be practiced. Complete centralization means concentration of all decision-making powers at the top level. It is not possible as it would remove the need for a management hierarchy. A manager cannot retain all the authority and the subordinates in the organization has to be present. It is possible in only sole proprietorship. Complete centralization is only possible in sole proprietorship, whereas when the levels of management increases, decentralization has to be followed. So every organization has to be centralized as well as decentralized. Complete decentralization means delegation of all the decision-making functions to the lower level. It is also not possible as it would violate the need for higher managerial positions. A manager cannot delegate all his authority without surrendering his position as a manager. So, an organization can never be completely centralized or decentralized. So, there must be a balance between centralization and decentralization. We would be discussing one more statement, and the statement is delegation is more important than decentralization. Delegation of authority is important for creating organizational structure and managerial hierarchy. It is compulsory act as managers cannot perform all the activities on their own. They have to share the authority and responsibility with their subordinates. So, organizing without delegation has no meaning. Let us discuss some of the importance of decentralization. Some of the importance of decentralization are: number one, developing initiative among the subordinates. Number two, develops managerial talent for the future. Number three, quick decision making. Number four, relief to top management. Number five, facilitates growth. And number six, better control. Let us discuss these advantages or importance one by one. Develops initiatives among subordinates. Decentralization helps to promote confidence among the subordinates. It gives them greater freedom to take their own decisions and to depend on their own judgment. A decentralization policy helps to identify executives with potential to become better leaders. So it helps in developing initiative among the subordinates. Number two, develops managerial talent for the future. Decentralization provides a better means to perform activities of top executives. Decentralization creates a pool of qualified manpower who can be considered to fulfill up challenging positions through promotions. It gives them a chance to prove their abilities. It also helps to identify those who may not be successful in assuming greater responsibilities. Number three, quick decision making. Decentralization facilitates quick decision making as decisions are taken by subordinates. All the points of action and there is no requirement for approval. They are not required to wait for consultation or instructions from the higher authorities. There are also less chances of information getting distorted as it does not pass through various channels of communication. So there is quick decision making in decentralization. Fourth point is relief to top management. Decentralization reduces the need for direct supervision as subordinates are given freedom to act and decide within the limits. Personal supervision is replaced by other forms of control such as return on investment, etc. It also relieves the top management from routine and time-consuming process. Number five is facilitates growth. Decentralization awards greater freedom to the lower levels of management as well as divisional or departmental heads. This allows them to function in a manner best suited to their department and promotes competition among the departments. As each department is putting its best efforts, overall productivity increases and the organization is able to achieve greater returns. So it facilitates growth. Number six, better control. Decentralization makes it possible to exercise control by checking the performance at each level, and the departments can be held responsible or accountable for their results. The extent of achievement of organizational objective as well as the contribution of each department in meeting the overall objective can be ascertained. Feedback from all levels helps to analyze and improve various operations. So the conclusion is, in spite of number of benefits, decentralization should be applied with caution as it lead to organizational disintegration if the departments start to operate on their own guidelines, which may not be in the interest of the organization. So, decentralization must always be balanced with centralization in areas of major policy decisions. So, once again, the conclusion in short is decentralization and centralization must be followed in a balanced way. Too much centralization will result in all the decision making powers at the top level, and too much decentralization will result in all the decision making functions at the lower levels. So there must be a balance between centralization and decentralization in the organization.